cowbell. I thought cowbell was only in cumbias.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Look, right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Focusing on the cowbell.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it if Van Halen, like, were trying to throw in some sort of cumbia influence in there.
You never know.
Yeah. Juana la Cubana or something. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Because David Lee Roth, when he was on Joe Rogan, he was talking about Jamie's crying that it has a rumba.
Oh yeah, Roomba feel. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so they actually, without us really, realizing it,
they snuck in genres.
Yeah, they snuck in different influences.
You rascal, you.
Yeah. I think that's what made them so popular, dude.
I think you're right.
You know, I mean, it was different, and a lot of people were bitching about that small little honorable mention they gave Eddie Van Halen on the Grammys.
Who gave him who did that?
Well, it was, you know how in the Grammys they do the people that have died?
Oh, and it was very minimal?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think I have it here because Wolfgang Van Halen, he went ahead and he commented on it, right?
It should have been more substantial.
Yeah, and it's around right here. It is. He goes, let me see. He says, the Grammys asked me to play Eruption for In Memoriam section, and I declined.
Huh?
I don't think anyone could have lived up to what my father did for music but himself. This is Wolfgang Van Halen talking about Eddie Van Halen's memoriam that they did on the Grammys.
Huh?
It was my understanding that there would be an In Memoriam section where bits of songs were performed for legendary artists that had passed. I didn't realize that they would only show Pop for 15 seconds in the middle of 4 full performances for others we had lost. What hurt the most was that he wasn't even mentioned when they talked about artists we lost in the beginning of the show. I know rock isn't the most popular genre right now, and he puts in parentheses, and the Academy does seem to be out of touch. But I think it's impossible to ignore the legacy my father left on the instrument, the world of rock, and music in general. There will never be another innovator like him. I agree.
Well, the Grammys have never had their pulse on what's going down. So, I mean, you know.
I'm not looking to start some kind of hate parade here. I just wanted to explain my side. I know Pop would probably just laugh it off and say, who gives a shit? He was only about the music anyway. The rest didn't matter. I'd love to get the opportunity to speak with the Recording Academy, not only about the legacy of my father, but the legacy of the rock genre moving forward. Thank you. Which is something that would be really awesome. But, like you said, the Academy Awards have been
out of touch
big time
since the beginning as far as rock is concerned.
When they first did the first rock and metal award, they gave it to
Jethro Tull
and overlooked Metallica, and Jethro Tull hadn't recorded an album, and it was a progressive rock band that really wasn't metal, even though some people, some guy was saying, well, they're a great band too. I go, yeah, they are. Aqualung, I go, yeah, that's in the 70s. This was 89, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like, let's kind of.
Yeah. And then the following year, Metallica, they give it to Metallica after they saw how they screwed that shit up.
Right.
And Lars Ulrich goes up and receives the award and says, well, first off, we need to thank, Jethro Tull for not releasing an album this year.
Yeah, we dodged a bullet.
Yeah. But that's why I don't watch the Grammys, bro.
I know.
And even like the Hispanic, music, that they used to have a Tex-Mex category, regional and all that. And they give those awards during the afternoon off television.
And then did you see that Bill Burr, he had to say Hispanic names? And of course he can't pronounce them. A little unfair to him.
Yeah.
Having to say Hispanic names he has no idea how to pronounce.
Well, what's so hard about saying Bad Bunny? Right?
Yeah. Let him say that one. Welcome to episode 41.
Yeah. Hey, that's not something to be proud of, bro. That number was always One of those numbers that you wouldn't want to be
associated with 41
when you were in school and stuff growing up. You know, eres un 41, eres un 40. And I remember Charlie Waters from the Dallas Cowboys, you know, having that number, and I was like, poor Charlie Waters, dude. You know,
Riley, do you know what he's talking about?
No.
This is beyond your time
Yeah,
or
it
before
is.
your time.
I'm reading the chat as well.
And I have no idea where this whole idea came from, that 41 meant, you know, someone that is, you know, can you say gay, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, you know, that's what they would consider that.
I don't know
that
where that number
was associated.
I don't know how that math came to be.
I don't either, bro.
So anyway,
Can I read something real quick?
sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
The numerology number 41 is a number that tends to express its innate sense of personal freedom with building a secure foundation for the future.
Okay.
So the number 41 sense of personal freedom generally leads it to focus on establishing financial, physical, and emotional security for itself. So you know how I'm all into numerology, so
Yeah.
that's what 41.
Well, in elementary, it didn't mean that.
No, it didn't mean that.
Not in elementary. So that's.
Those were
Well, the
fighting words. They were
freedom-
fighting words.
But
back
it was a
then.
different time.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
So
and
San Benito had that same thing going?
I
I
had
thought it was
heard-
just Mercedes.
I had heard it. True, and but you know, the word somehow the Valley lingo traveled. But anyway,
Marco Reb says Valley thing? Question
Yeah,
mark? I think
yeah.
It's a
so.
Valley
I
thing.
guess it's Dylan G says volteado, you know, and Janie Rios pretty much said it the way we would think of it back in the day, you know.
yeah, we cannot say that. So
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
anyway, welcome to the Rock and Chaz Show 2021 live number 41 from my PVT Network Studios, brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men, IV vitamin infusion therapy, testosterone, COVID test, sermorelin. The IV vitamin infusion therapy is fantastic if you want to boost your immune system and sort of, you know, feel a lot better and more confident, get some energy. Testosterone, if you're over 40 and you're feeling sluggish and, you know, beat, and you're rarely having any type of, you know, sexual, you know, urges with your libido is kind of like, every time your wife wants to, you know, get down, you know, in bed, and all you hear is, okay. You might, no, it's not a laughing matter. It's serious, you know. You might want to call 956-441-2188, and it's totally confidential. The only reason you know that we go is because we tell you. But hey, they have an all-male staff for the guys, and they're confidential. They check your blood work. They'll see how your testosterone levels are and what you need to bring back that life, man, that quality life, you know.
and then the next time you're in the bedroom, you'll be by the power of grace, man.
Yeah.
Woo! Swinging that sword.
Yeah. Pinche lightsaber bruto, carnal.
I know, man. Decapitations, watch out.
Your wife will want you to take her to the dark side right away, right?
Yeah.
The dark side.
Feel the power of this force.
Asústame
Wink,
one
wink.
time. So it's Dr. T's Primary Care for Men. They've moved also. They've got some really nice offices now. So make sure to give them a call, 956-441-2188. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, okay? We appreciate you. 21 thumbs up, no thumbs down. Thank you so far. 76 people on our show right now, and we usually get over 200, so we're expecting that tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do the hashtag PBT Classic T-shirts, brought to you by Rhoads Country Fried Chicken, the best fried chicken in Texas, Texas-born, Texas-raised. You know everything's bigger in Texas, and the pieces of chicken at Rhoads are the biggest ever. And 35 years of service to their community. So if they're around 35 years, they're doing something right, because if they weren't doing it right, they would have been gone a long time ago. The best gizzards, the best tenders, and the best chicken in the state of
The
Texas.
best fried chicken in Texas. Rhoads Country Fried Chicken. Texas born, Texas raised. A chicken joint with 35 years of service to our community. Thanks to our loyal customers and social media followers. Come try the best gizzards in Texas, the best tenders in Texas, and the best chicken in Texas. Call us at 830-773-9189. 830-773-9189. Don't forget, we have curbside service and delivery by DoorDash. Or find us on Facebook, Rhoads Chicken, Rodees Chicken. Like us on Facebook.
Whenever you're in Eagle Pass, you look them up and you give them a call, 830-773-9189. As you can see, the food is delicious. It's fresh, and the gravy is amazing. The fries are nice and crispy, and so is the chicken, man, and the gizzards. And it's just... I mean, it's going to be awesome. You're going to be wanting to...
Hashtag winning.
Yeah, hashtag winning. And you're going to be wanting to go to Eagle Pass, not for the gambling and kickapoo, just to go pick up some chicken for sure.
Yeah.
Rhoads Country Fried Chicken. And by the way...
Can I do the shout out?
Do it, brother.
You know what? I want to say happy birthday to the founder.
Orale.
The founder, the man who started it all.
Yeah.
Of Rhoads Country Fried Chicken, Mr. Fidel. A, the A stands for awesome. Fidel A. Rodriguez. Happy 80th birthday.
And he is a huge hashtag PBT fan, man. So thank you so much.
Rally, let's show the picture. Rock and I took Fidel A. Rodriguez to the beach on spring break. Hey, and we were wearing masks to, you gotta wear masks, and there we are at SPI with our masks, styling and profiling. Happy birthday, Fidel A. Rodriguez.
80 years old, man. That is amazing.
He has an amazing smile. I'm going to show the picture again.
What a blessing, man, to
is
have
a
your dad
blessing.
around 80 years old and still hanging out at Rhoads Country Fried Chicken. Make sure to go by and say hi to them if you're in Eagle Pass.
He said the secret to life, having gizzards.
Yeah, that's what it
There
is.
you go. So
With extra gravy.
you learn something every day.
Asústame one time. My goodness. All right, so, babe, what kind of shirt do you got?
Ooh, it's my turn? Okay. Well, I do got to excuse myself. I'm I just made it to the show, so I don't have any makeup on.
You
but
don't
this is-
need it.
Come on.
You know what?
You don't need
I'm
makeup.
already on spring break mode, and you know what that means. No makeup, no getting dressed, no doing my hair, and, so
And putting
I'm...
on your bikini tonight before we go to bed?
Maybe.
All right.
But
Yeah.
I'm happy that everyone's hanging out with us tonight. And so let me show you my shirt. It is a Saved by the Bell t-shirt.
All right, yeah. There we go. Like it. That is classic.
It is.
And that's
I
what we
love
do.
it.
We got
I
classic
love it.
tees.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What about you, Chaz? What do you got?
Well, first of all, I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. It is St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, sir.
And you're saying, hey, you're not wearing green. You know what? I've got green in my wallet.
Yeah.
I got my Biden box,
Oh,
brother. So there's the green right there.
yeah. Stimmy time.
Stemmy time.
Yeah.
So I do have green.
Yeah.
And the shirt I'm wearing today, it's the shirt that you can get. Just look down on the
description.
On the
Yeah,
description,
yeah.
and you'll see the Rock and Chaz show shirt. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, my goodness. That's amazing.
I love it.
And that only tells me one thing, is that Chaz hasn't done his wash this week, all right?
That is correct. I'm also on spring break, and the laundry is piling
Yeah.
high.
He took the shirt out of the frame where he has it hanging on the
Yeah.
wall and had to put it on.
I guess I have to wear it.
Yeah, the chinga.
Remove the screws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
All right. I've got a Kiss Def Leppard tour shirt. They're both on this shirt. Check it out right here.
Careful.
Wow. I got to stand up for this.
Yes. People were commenting about it on the chat. They said it was a super cool t-shirt.
He's flexing his chest. He's trying.
Woo! Let me see. The other way.
Does it say the Valley or what? Tulsa, Austin,
that's
Dallas.
the one. We went to Austin. What year is that?
2014. You know, I have run into so many people that have been to that specific tour.
Bruto.
And everybody says the same thing, that Rock and Roll James was so obnoxious at the show. No, everyone said that
Just because I threw my underwears on stage, come on.
And then Nikki Sixx threw a water bottle at you randomly. No, everybody says that show.
And he threw the water bottle from L.A.
Yeah. That was a phenomenal show. Everybody, I've saw that from so many people.
And it looks brand new, the shirt, dude. It's like, I haven't worn it. It's like, and this is actually one of the shirts that I actually have somebody buy for me. Bradley and I went, we had like third or fourth row.
Yeah.
And hombre, estaba bruto, bro. Def Leppard musically kicked Kiss's ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
but from a pyro competition, Kiss will always win.
And hydraulics and paint and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
smoke.
So you got some great stuff. And then the first band was Lotus and the Cobra and the Lotus.
Oh, yeah.
And Elias, our friend from Alamo, was drumming with them.
Yes.
But we got there a little too late. We saw their last song. But I would have gone, Elias, take me backstage, man. Take me backstage.
He would have been like, chinga, Mercedes.
Yeah, chinga, vino alguien del Valle. Va a ingresar.
There's always somebody from the Valley.
Chinga.
Right?
And the rest of the band, hey, there's another friend of yours.
Yeah.
How many relatives do you have?
Hey, tell your friend to shut up, dude. We're playing. Este vato.
Who's la mafia?
Yeah.
Oh
So what shirts do we got? Hashtag PBT Classic Tees from the fans, baby.
Ooh, yes. Hold on. So we have some hashtag PBT Classic Tees from the fans, and we have our friend Alex Valdez Menchaca from Round Rock, Texas.
Orale.
She's wearing a Whiskey D t-shirt, and I want to say this t-shirt we made them in 2014 or 2015. So she looks super beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice.
And then we also have our very good friend and his daughter, right? So Dario and his daughter Caroline, and Dario is wearing a Randy Rhoads t-shirt,
wow.
right? Yeah, that's what, yes.
I thought you were going to say Rick Springfield or
No.
something.
It's
Dario's
Randy
got us.
Rhoads, a guitar player.
I was going to say, how did he get a Rick Rhoads t-shirt?
I was thinking of that, I swear.
Dario has a Rick Springfield shirt on.
Yeah.
No, Dario,
Because
you
he
look
says
handsome.
he says it's Jesse's girl. Estamos cagando, no?
So thank you, Dario, Caroline, and Alex Valdez Menchaca for sending us their
As a matter of fact, Dario looks like the
Cactus Jack?
Yeah, like Cactus Jack, dude.
He
I was
does.
like, we have him right up there, man.
Do
Look,
we?
he's right up there, signed
Oh, yeah.
right next to the painting. And
Yeah.
look at that. It's him right there. The biggest hardcore legend ever.
Speaking of the painting, I do want to share. His name is Teen Wolf Dad 81, and he posted this on his social media. And he says, "My painting now hangs on the RocknRollJames show at hashtag PBT." So
Imported
that's,
and exported from California.
Yep, from California.
We
So
have
thank
some
you.
of the best fans.
We do.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Classic Tees segment right here on the Rock and Chat Show, and it's brought to you by Rhoads Country Fried Chicken. Órale, es todo. So now we're going to have a show Friday night, and coming up right after this commercial letting you know about the show, we're going to be talking with the lead singer of the AC/DC tribute band, Thunderstruck. And they're going to be playing and performing, and we've got some video footage of them, man. Los vatos están desgraciados. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Knox Entertainment presents Friday, March 19th, from deep in the heart of rock and roll, Thunderstruck, America's AC/DC, and the most explosive band in America, Whiskey D, live at the Rail Yard 83 Ice House in Alamo, Texas. Experience the untamed, blood-pounding power of Thunderstruck. Tickets on sale now for VIP tables and reserved individual seats. Call or text 956-608-0611. Rail Yard 83 Ice House is an open-air venue, and all necessary precautions and CDC guidelines will be followed. Thunderstruck, Whiskey D. Don't miss it.
Don't Don't miss it. It's going to be fantastic. And let's call Dave. He's the lead singer for the band. I think he's up in Dallas. And he's expecting our call. Okay.
It's ringing.
Do you want me to fix it?
Technical difficulties.
Okay, hold on a second. I think it's... Hold on. Is it on Bluetooth over there? Because I heard it over there somewhere.
I think you heard it from your own phone.
Really?
I thought so.
Let me try it again. Let me see.
Our flux capacitor has been acting up.
There it is.
There it is.
It's ringing.
Awesome.
All right. Here we go.
Is his name Ron Scott?
No, it's Dave.
Dave?
Dave, what's going on, Dave? It's Rock and Chaz from the Rock and Chaz Show down here in South Texas on YouTube, the MyPV Network station. What is going on, brother?
Oh, not a lot, man. How are you doing?
Well,
it's good to hear your all's voice.
Well, dude, hey, let me tell you, we're ready and we're excited for this Friday night, man, at the Rail Yard 83 Ice House. We're going to bring you all down, man. It's going to be fantastic, right?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. We've been in Texas for like the last 4 days. We just got done doing Roanoke, which is outside of Dallas, of course. I don't need to tell you all that. We just played Corpus Christi and Houston. Then we're heading over to Austin, then down to Alamo, and we cannot wait to see you folks because Texas has just been so good to us. We can't wait to get there. It's going to be so great.
How does it feel to be back on the road again, dude, after a year of just sitting around waiting for this COVID thing to kind of end, you know?
Well, it's been ridiculous. Just so fantastic. It's like we're breathing again. We're like, it's like we have air in our lungs again. So it feels wonderful. The crowds have been fantastic. People are starving for entertainment. They just want to get out and see each other again and be next to each other and smack shoulders and spill beer on each other. So
yeah.
It's just been wonderful to see all the smiling faces, people in front of us enjoying each other's company again. And Texas is doing it right. Thank God we're open again. So we're super thrilled to be back.
Well, Texas is doing it right, and when it comes to ACDC, Thunderstruck does it right, man. I've been watching some of y'all's footage, and it's just you guys got an amazing show, man. You guys are very particular to detail of ACDC and the music. It seems like you guys got everything covered, don't you?
Well, we do everything that we try to do everything that we can. We really focus on the song structures. We really focus on the tones. The instruments are all the same, from the drums to the guitars to the bass to the amps. Everything that we have on stage is actually what AC/DC would use. And we make sure that we do everything that we can to make you believe that you're at an AC/DC show. Of course, we know we're not AC/DC. We tell the audience that every single night. We know that we're not. We're more important than that. We're the spirit of AC/DC, and everybody that comes to our show is that spirit. And we're going to live in the spirit world for a while on Friday night. We cannot wait.
Man, we can't wait either, man. And what's the name of the guy that does Angus Young, man? I mean, he's a firecracker on stage, dude.
He really is. His name's Tyler Mellon, and he's from San Diego, California. Don't hold that against him.
Everybody from California is moving to Texas anyway, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. So hopefully everybody embraces Tyler, which I'm sure they will because everybody loves this little guy. He's the actual same size as Angus Young. So when you see him up there, I got to try not to step on him because he's so small. But it's just a wonderful guitar player and all the energy of Angus Young. You won't be able to take your eyes off of him. He is absolutely phenomenal. But we're going to bring everything down there. We're bringing the 10 Marshall stacks. We're bringing the Ampeg 810s. We're bringing the Bell. We're bringing the Cannons. We're bringing the Geysers. We're bringing everything. And most importantly, we're bringing the hits. We're bringing everything that you grew up on with all of the memories that you have tied to those songs. And we're going to just lay it down hard and heavy. It's going to be extremely loud. I don't want to hear anybody say it's too loud because it can never be too loud. It's going to be fantastic.
Hey, Dave, this is the Chaz component of the Rock and Chaz show. Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you, too.
I wanted to ask, hey, what is the ratio of Bon Scott to Brian Johnson? How do you mix it up as long as the set list goes?
Well, we try to keep it 50-50 if we can. That pesky Back in Black record was so big. There's so many hits off of it that it only sold 22 million copies, and if you don't play one of them, people kind of lose their mind.
Yeah.
The great problem about AC/DC is that you never get to everybody's song. There's no possible way to do it. We'd be there for 6 days and not 6 hours. So it's that's a good problem to have, which means that we have to come back and finish the job. So, but I guarantee you this, on Friday night, you're going to leave sticky, broken, confused, because we are going to hammer you to the wall with all the things that you love about AC/DC. It's going to be fantastic.
That is awesome, dude. I'm looking at the video while we're talking, and dude, I'm stoked as hell. Is there any song that you have in the set list that might surprise the AC/DC fan that, wow, these guys actually did this song or do this song? Is there any song on there? Because, of course, you've got your Thunderstruck, you've got your, For Those About to Rock, and Back in Black, Hell's Bells. But is there any particular AC/DC song you might surprise the AC/DC fan that knows the deep cuts, man?
Every now and then we'll pull out Up to My Neck in You or Kicked in the Teeth from Powerage. Yeah. Every now and then we'll pull out Gone Shooting.
Oh, I love
every
that
now, every now and then we'll pull out, Night Prowler. Sometimes it just matters to what the band wants to do. There's like 15 songs that you have to play, 14 or 15 that you have to play. Mm-hmm. You can't get away with it. Yes, you have to do them. It's just you have to do them. But there's like a 3 to 4 song gray area where you can please those hardcore fans, and they're just like their jaws drop, and they're like, holy shit. So, but the great thing about that is that you never know what we're going to play, because our songbook is so wide open because of the musicians in the band. Not only are they phenomenal musicians, they're AC/DC nerds. Mm-hmm. And they are just like our songbook is so vast. We can do anything. I mean, literally anything. I can say, hey guys, can we try this at sound check? And if we crush it at sound check, we'll put it in the set list. And everything just opens up for us. So we don't really hold back from anything. I guess the answer would be, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to hear if you're an AC/DC hardcore fan that you're going to go, oh my God, did they just play that? Yeah. And we're going to feed you too. We got to feed the masses, but we're going to feed the hardcore fan too.
That's awesome. We can't wait. And the venue is great. We have video of the venue. I mean, you walk in there, it's got an indoor place. And this place, they just remodeled it. They have an outdoor patio where the stage is at. So I think it's going to be rocking. And people are just dying to get to a show, man. There's been like a drought of shows. And what a way to start getting our feet wet with an AC/DC tribute band, one of the best in the United States of America, maybe even the world, AC/DC tribute band, Thunderstruck. That's going to be right here in our own backyard, man. I mean, where we're playing, where you're playing, it's close to everybody, bro.
It's going to be fantastic, and we can't wait to see our brothers in Whiskey D ripping it up and giving us everything that we want before we go on. And I promise you this, they are going to deliver just as hard as we are, and it's going to be a great night of rock and roll. We are going to tear that place down. It is going to be a phenomenal rock and roll show. And I promise you this, Alamo, we are going to become from Alamo. Alamo will be Thunderstruck, Alamo's AC/DC that night and forever when we play there.
That's great, man. Hey, Dave, thanks for taking the time, for taking our call, and for talking to all the fans that are listening and watching all around here from South Texas and the state and the world and the United States of America as well. And we really appreciate you guys, giving your heart and soul to this wonderful band, AC/DC. They're up there in age, and it's guys like you that are going to keep that legacy and that tradition alive and that great music alive, man. So thank you so much for being a part of the Rock and Chaz show tonight, Dave.
Well, thank you for having me. And as I said, we know we're not AC/DC. We're all the spirit of AC/DC. And Friday night will be the night that we absolutely have our way with a great rock and roll night. So thank you for having me. I do appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. That was Dave, the lead vocalist from Thunderstruck. Yes, I'm very excited. I mean, as you can see the video footage of them performing, these guys are going to give it 100%.
You know, when I saw the venue and it looked super nice, and then I saw the guy like Angus, man, it's going to be a phenomenal show. People are starving.
And they're going to be right there. It's like they're right there. They're not like way up there in a big stage or anything.
Right.
It's right there. It's
And
like
they're
up close and personal.
They're not on Zoom.
Yeah,
No, not Zoom. It's in person.
Yeah. So we have a phone number you can call because there's still a few VIP tables left, I think, and then there's some tickets that you can get at Eventbrite. But what's the number for the tickets to the VIP tables? Babe?
Yes, the number is 956-608-0611. So to reserve a table or, for the VIP treatment, you can call them.
That AC/DC Angus Young guy. I mean, he's like the Chuck Berry
shuffle.
The shuffle that he does when he does a lead solo, dude, is freaking awesome. The clip that you saw on the show, ladies and gentlemen, of them in live they're doing Thunderstruck, and the crowd's just going nuts. You can look them up on YouTube, but it's nothing better than being there live to check them out. This Friday night at Rail Yard 83 Ice House, my band Whiskey D will be opening up, and we haven't played in about a year and a half almost, so we're ready to wet our feet, man, and what a perfect way to kick off 2021 then when one of the best and the greatest AC/DC tribute bands, Thunderstruck, ladies and gentlemen. Órale.
And everybody got their Biden bucks.
Yeah.
So ready for the show.
Vamos a darle toda la madre al Steamy el Friday night.
Yeah.
Órale.
Like this. Hey, Whiskey D.
Yeah.
All I do is win no matter what.
There's a cover charge. Nambe, I'll pay.
Right.
I'll pay for everybody.
Who wants a shirt?
No, I won't pay for everybody, but I'll pay.
Who wants a shirt? You?
Yeah.
How about you? You want a shirt?
Yeah. Yo pongo
You get a koozie, but you get a shirt.
And then there's that guy with the Steamy que es bien pinche. I want to buy a beer for everybody. A beer for everybody. You want to buy a beer for everybody? Yeah, just one beer and put a straw and pass it around, okay?
Yeah.
Just one beer. I want to buy a beer for everybody.
Like this.
Órale. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now it's time for the Rockin' Chaz Rockin' Poll. Okay, so the question is, which greatest hits album do you love the most? Okay, and the reason we're doing that is because in 1958, this week, the first greatest hits compilation is released. Didn't you ever wonder about that, bro?
Yeah, I didn't. This fact that you're about to reveal, I didn't know this. And then this started a steamroll of greatest hits. Like, oh, why don't we just do this? More money.
Yeah.
Woo, more winning.
Yeah. They buy the album because they got those two popular songs on there, and then after like 3 or 4 albums, we'll put all the hits together, and then it's a greatest hits and put a couple of new songs. So the first greatest hits compilation is released, and it's by Johnny Mathis, believe it or not.
Rally, can you name one Johnny Mathis song?
Chances are.
There you go. That's good.
Wow.
It's because rock is romantic. Yeah. Happy Valentine's.
Yes, sir.
Flip the song. The lights go on.
So, as you would know, the album is a huge hit, and the format of greatest hits catches on quickly.
Anything with that money, right? Like, oh, we'll do it again.
Yeah, the Mathis album stays on the Billboard 200 album chart for over 9 years.
That's crazy.
A record not broken until Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. That was for an eternity on the top 200 of Billboard. But man, greatest hits, dude. It was the very first one back in 1958 this week.
And you know that back when this album was released for the next 9 years, it said, right? People, that's the makeout album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, you're going to come over tonight? Let me get this album ready.
Yeah.
Wink. Candles.
I
I mean, how many children were born because that album was playing?
You wouldn't even be able to get past the second hit of the greatest hits, man.
Right. As soon as chances.
No, that's if you don't go to Dr. T's.
Right,
That is true.
That is if you go to you fall asleep.
But if you go to Dr. T's, you have to flip the album
Yeah.
over and
Yeah.
over and over.
You listen to the greatest hits 10 times in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
Wear out the needle.
And not the needle we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay? And not that needle. All right. So, Rally, what is your favorite greatest hits album?
Mine is the Michael Jackson Greatest Hits History,
Mm-hmm.
but Volume 1.
Yes.
So this one had Billie Jean, The Way You Make Me Feel, Beat It, Thriller, all Heal the World.
The 80s.
Yeah. So that one's my favorite. I love it.
We got Daniel Silva. He says The Doors' greatest hits. That's a great one. Aurelio Perez, Alice Cooper's greatest hits. And ZZ Top. Aurelio, nomás un greatest hits, carnal. Y estás diciendo de ZZ Top. Y estás diciendo todos los grupos, carnal.
Calm down, dude.
And let me see. Go down on the Foghat. They're saying, I think here. They got a greatest hits. Let's see. Little Joe, 50th anniversary, Mario Flores. I mean, hey, you've got Duelo's greatest hits too, because the other genres, they followed along with it. Aerosmith's greatest hits. There's like a few of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The one greatest hits that I was waiting for the longest time, and it took a while for it to come out, was Van Halen's greatest hits.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it took, and it was like 1996, 97.
You know, and I never think of them as the greatest because you hear the whole album. At least, that's kind of what more I'm accustomed to when it comes to Van Halen. I don't think of them as a greatest hits band. But yeah, you're right. It took a long time for them to release that. But then they had so many. I mean, just that first album, that whole album is perfect. Mm-hmm. So that's a greatest hit right there. Aurelio was saying Queen. Queen had a very famous 3 CD greatest hits, volume 1, 2, and 3.
So the Van Halen album came out in 1996. They broke up with Roth in 84. And then they had Sammy Hagar, and I heard that they were like, Sammy Hagar was really against the greatest hits. He didn't like that. He believes that a greatest hits is when a band's already ran their course or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So Sammy Hagar was against it, but they ended up having to record 2 songs with David Lee Roth instead of Sammy Hagar, which, they put in the album as well. And it was a mixture of Roth and Hagar, so, and the greatest hits, and that all started in 1958. My favorite greatest hits album, or what's yours? Let's go with yours, man.
Shout out to Carmen Benavides. She said Bob Seger.
Seger?
And Daniel Silva said, hey, the Two Life Crew, greatest hits. Hey, me so horny, right? Just put it on endless loop.
Oh, no.
Right after the Johnny Mathis greatest hit.
You're going to be so horny after you listen to Johnny Mathis. My greatest hits.
Chances are, me so horny.
Yeah. It's not for me to say. You're going to be naked.
Yeah.
Everybody
say, hey, we want some pussy.
Oh my God.
Well, there goes our license.
Hey. It was. I'm talking about the kitten outside, babe. The one that you wanted, Mom.
Oh yeah, the black and white one that was playing with the little rug.
You guys always get the wrong idea, man.
Yeah,
the wrong
We
impression.
can't help it.
Yeah.
A mind's in the gutter.
All right. So then, what is your favorite?
Mine is Ray Medina said George Strait. That's a good one too.
Oh, sí, órale.
Mine is the one that it is the Steve Miller Band, and everyone that blue one. Everybody had, at least in our times, in the 80s, everybody had the Steve Miller Band greatest hits. And it's funny, Steve Miller later would say that, what's weird? I really only had like the Joker and another hit. And then I threw all those songs on there and people associated them as hits, but technically they were not hits. But so many people would hear that album that you're like, oh man. And I love that album. And I've seen... Riley, let's show the ticket.
Yes.
I've seen the Steve Miller Band. Man, he sounds exactly like he does when he is produced. I mean, he's got it down to a science. If you've never seen the Steve Miller Band and he comes to town after this whole COVID thing is over, do yourself a favor. And you've heard that album, 100 times Easy Rock? Growing up? I mean, you hear it, you flip it, you play it again, you flip it.
Let me look see what year that came out. The Steve Miller
Band. Greatest hits.
Greatest hits.
Jungle Love.
Yeah.
And
Take the Money and Run.
Take the Money and Run.
The Joker.
He was a very kind of original songwriter.
It was 1974 through 78.
But when was the whole thing released?
It was released in 1978 November.
November, okay.
Swingtown, Jungle Love, Take the Money and Run, Rockin' Me, The Joker, Fly Like an Eagle, The Threshold intro to Jet Airliner. And then you had these songs like Serenade, True Fine Love, Dance, 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 Wintertime, Wild Mountain Honey, that weren't really like a big hit or anything, but you would put up through them just to
get to the other songs.
Yeah. You would put up with those tunes, man. And they weren't bad either, but they were just a little bit different than the rockers, right?
Yeah.
So, and the weird thing about it is because my favorite greatest hits would probably be the first one ahead of this one. Like, they would be back to back. Every rocker in the 70s and 80s had these two albums in their collection.
And by the way, the one that you picked was the greatest selling album of the last century.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it sold more than anything else. So go ahead, Rock.
It's the Eagles' greatest hits, 1971 through 1975.
Also a blue-covered album.
Yep, and it was released in 1976, which was, earlier than that, Steve Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And released by Asylum Records. The album contains a selection of songs from 71 through 75. It reached number one on the U.S. Billboard 200, where it stayed for 5 weeks. It was the number one greatest hits album.
Wow.
One of These Nights and Best of My Love both topped the Billboard Hot 100. The album has a distinction of being the first album to receive an RIAA Platinum certification, which was introduced in 76 to recognize albums that shipped 1 million copies. It was ranked number 4 on the Billboard year-end albums chart of 1976 and has spent a total of 239 weeks on Billboard 200 as of August 2018. So it's still in the 200, dude. Billboard 200.
And, you and I, when we were, young, we always knew somebody who had that album, like a cousin or an uncle, and it was always on in the background. And
if somebody would rip it off, you'd go buy it again.
Yeah.
Or you'd lost it, you go buy it again.
Or you lend it and it never comes back. I'll just buy another one.
Yeah. And it's just, it was one of those albums that you had to have in your collection, man.
And, the Eagles, hats off to them. Super smart. They were a phenomenal band. Then they hired Joe Walsh. That's like putting a rocket on them.
And it's interesting. I don't know if any of you have heard any of the full albums where these songs like One of These Nights and Best of My Love are on, but you listen to them and each album had about 2 or 3, 2 or 3 good songs, like hits.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the stuff is pretty interesting too,
It
man.
is, yeah.
I like listening to the whole album just to see what they're doing,
It's borderline country.
Yeah.
And
bluegrass.
Yes.
Because they have
mandolin?
No, the banjo.
Yeah.
On one of them. I went from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma. Yeah, you can hear the banjo in the background. So those guys were, they were putting all types of instrumentation into this rock and roll, and it was like country rock. It was like the band, that was Bob Dylan's former band that turned into the band. They played that kind of music.
They were also kind of like, are you familiar with the Fabulous Burrito Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of like that, but with a little more testosterone.
Yeah, and a lot more mainstream hit power. But these guys, I guess you could actually say, because there's a new term for music like that you hear in Austin and stuff called Americana music. And I think these guys were basically the guys that began that type of style, man.
Johnny Borges, Journey.
Oh, yeah.
Journey. That's another makeout album from the 80s.
Yeah.
That was a cassette, though.
Open Arms.
And you're on the phone. Oh, you're coming over tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me get a cassette ready. I'll see you.
Which cassette? El que se te aprieta.
Oh, my God.
That's what I would tell Brett. Hey, Rato, ¿qué pasó? Está mi cassette. Dame tu cassette. Que se aprieta, el que se te aprieta. Este vato. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Rockin' Chaz Rockin' Poe. And I wasn't going to go there with that song, from, the rap group, But after watching the Grammys and seeing, Cardi B do her sex thing on there, what the hell, right? I mean, come on. I think anything's game. It's on YouTube.
This is the new controversial rock.
Yeah.
He's reinventing himself.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to push the envelope, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to see how far we can take it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Chaz's Collectibles! All right. So what do you got, Chaz?
6 weeks ago, I was showing you, hey, Rock, look at this autograph that I got. It's Cesar Romero, the Joker. And I had told you, I ordered them on Christmas for, I got a little set. So 6 weeks ago was the Joker. And then 4 weeks ago, I said, hey, look at this one, Rock. I got the Riddler.
Yeah.
Played by, remember his name?
Yeah, Gershwin.
Gershwin, the piano player. Frank Gorshin.
I was close.
That was close. You were
close, babe. Give me an E for effort.
E, baby, E.
That is good. Frank Gorshin.
I said Gershwin.
Gershwin, the piano.
I was close.
I was close.
You always butcher the names for
It's
everything.
all right. Then 2 weeks ago,
I thought Boba Fett was Yoda. Shit.
we're getting them back on track. 2 weeks ago, I brought in the Penguin, played by
Burgess Meredith.
Burgess Meredith. That is right. And I have the last one that finally came in. This one came in from Germany.
Wow.
And it came in on a boat. And so I got a really good price on it. So to wrap up, Rock, what do you think was the last one do you think I got the fourth villain, Catwoman, or did I say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to get Batman? Well, how would you guess? What did I do here?
Man, babe, what do you guess?
She can't guess. She knows.
I can't guess.
Oh,
she knows
already
the
saw
answer.
Yeah,
it.
because I have it here.
Right, she knows.
I say, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? You think he got the Batman or the Catwoman? Just to, finish off his trip, with the four.
We could go, the four horsemen of villainy, or I could say, you know what? I want to get this one instead.
Man, I would think that you got Catwoman, dude, because of the sexiness. You have three guys already.
Yeah.
So you'd want a girl. And you know what? You got Catwoman, and you're going to end up getting Batman anyway. Because you're going to say, wait a second. I'm missing Batman. I know the way you think. I'm just like you, and I would say, you know what?
Right.
Yeah. So Catwoman. Is it Catwoman?
Victor Martinez says Catwoman.
Aurelio Perez.
Pipeliner Skellebro says Batman. Julie Newmar, a very sexy 5'10". Now that is nice. Let's hear the chimes.
All right, let's go. Let's see who got it right.
I love that. I love it.
I'm seething with anticipation.
I know.
Rigo Ramirez. He got the butler, Alfred.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
El Jefe says, I'm spending my stimulus check on Batman collectibles.
Yeah.
Thank you, Biden. Hey,
Collectible paper.
his name is Joe Biden. Hey, thanks for the...
Que vaya la chingada, la renta, no hay pedo. Hey, Joe Biden signed a no eviction clause ahí,
There you
¿verdad?
go.
No eviction
Vámonos.
policy.
Vámonos.
No me pueden correr de la casa con quiera, carnal.
What, you want the rent? How about an autograph from Frank Gershwin?
Yeah, Gershwin. Ya no es Gorshin el vato.
Rodolfo Salinas, Egghead. Remember Egghead?
Yeah.
Vincent Price?
Yeah.
Vincent Price was Egghead.
Egghead. I would have hated to be that villain, man.
I know, you have an
The
egg
name
for
is
it.
that, Egghead.
Egghead. I
Oye,
mean-
cabeza de huevo. Ven para acá, carnal.
Hey, Efren Hernandez says, saca la 2% milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they brought me some 2% milk, man. Eddie on Monday night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was back there. I should have
Oh,
kept it
no.
there next to me, but anyway, what
Okay.
did you bring? Come on.
Anyway, what I got, all the way from Germany, he is 6'2". His name is Adam West. I had to get Adam West. That doesn't mean I won't get more later on, but for this round, I did end up getting Mr. Adam West. And
I was wrong.
You were wrong, and it's okay. Adam West, man, he worked. He was on so many westerns. He was on so many The Outer Limits, and he was able to get the job for Batman. Riley, do we have that commercial loaded up?
Yes. We have
Rock,
it right here.
let's get the audio. Right. Let's show a commercial which helped him get the job.
Órale.
I see automation displaces labor in your organization too, Dr. Sloan.
Ah, Captain Q. Join me in a glass of delicious chocolate quick, won't you?
Thank you, Doctor. I could use some energy. Incidentally, one of those torpedoes you fired at me was circling, and you're sunk.
Toodaloo, Captain Q.
Some people will do anything to get rich quick. Toodaloo.
So you see, he in that commercial, he was like a suave guy, and they were like, hey, so that helped him get the job. And he almost lost the job to Mr. Lyle Wagner. Riley, let's show him that other picture. And they actually made a show with Lyle Wagner.
Like a pilot?
And you can
just
find
try
it.
him out.
Yeah, you can find it.
And he's Batman?
And he's Batman. But he delivered the lines a little too straight. A little too serious.
Yeah, this guy's got some suave to it.
And this guy can say ridiculous things. He can say, Riddler, I have the anti-shark repellent, old chum. And, like these ridiculous lines.
Yeah.
that what's-his-face could not say. And he had a very tough life because he had trouble getting work, but he ended up doing a lot of voice work in the 80s and the 90s.
I don't think anybody else could have done Batman, dude, like that.
Not with his suaveness.
Oh, man. No way. It wouldn't even have been an iconic show as it is if it wasn't for Adam West. I think any other actor, even especially Lyle Wagner, I don't think it would have been like.
It would have been okay.
You definitely wouldn't be buying, autograph
from Lyle Wagner.
Yeah, Lyle Wagner in 2021, but man, that's a fantastic picture. But I'm sure you're gonna get Catwoman. I was hoping to see Catwoman.
Hey, maybe for the 50th edition of the Rock and Chaz show, you never know.
9 more to go.
Yeah.
So
but anyway, I love this actor. He does a great job. I love the way he dramatically talks. And the Batman movie was very funny. Do you remember that when he's running around with a bomb?
Yeah. And they used to make movies out of those sitcoms, like the Gilligan's Island movie.
Yeah, they would make it like
the Monsters movie, and they did a Batman movie.
They did a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Did really well. So there you have it, folks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chaz's Collectible. All right, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors right here.
Dr. T's Primary Care for Men wants to remind you that it's time for your annual physical. Call and schedule an appointment today. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Dr. T's Primary Care for Men help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men is changing the way men's health care is done. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men te recuerda que es tiempo de hacerte tu examen médico anual. Haz tu cita hoy mismo. Es acerca de tu cuerpo, mente y emociones. Deja de sentirte lento, sin energía o estresado. Aún si estás bajo de testosterona, diabetes, alta presión o sobrepeso, deja que Dr. T's Primary Care for Men incremente tu energía, estamina, resistencia y calidad de vida. Comienza a sentirte joven otra vez. Y ahora ofrecemos exámenes rápidos de COVID en ambas ubicaciones.
The best fried chicken in Texas. Rhoads Country Fried Chicken. Texas born, Texas raised. A chicken joint with 35 years of service to our community. Thanks to our loyal customers and social media followers. Come try the best gizzards in Texas, the best tenders in Texas, and the best chicken in Texas. Call us at 830-773-9189. 830-773-9189. Don't forget, we have curbside service service and delivery by DoorDash. Or find us on Facebook, Rhoads Chicken, RODEES Chicken. Like us on Facebook.
The best fried chicken in Texas.
Rhoads Country Fried Chicken.
Knox Entertainment presents Friday, March 19th, from deep in the heart of rock and roll, Thunderstruck, America's ACDC, and the most explosive band in America, Whiskey D, live at the Rail Yard 83 Ice House in Alamo, Texas. Experience the untamed, blood-pounding power of Thunderstruck. Tickets on sale now for VIP tables and reserved individual seats. Call or text 956-608-0611. Rail Yard 83 Ice House is an open-air venue, and all necessary precautions and CDC guidelines will be followed. Thunderstruck, Whiskey D. Don't miss it.
And we are not going to miss it.
No.
We're going to be there. We're going to perform. And we expect all of you that are from the Rio Grande Valley, the McAllen, Far, Brownsville area, support the show, man, so we can get more shows. Mm-hmm. You know, it's happening. VIP and reserve, 956-608. What is the number, babe?
956-608-0611.
There you go.
And, you know, we can take a picture. Like if Big D goes, we could all take a picture, and then we'll show it next week on the show.
If there's more than Big D that shows up, we'll take a group picture.
That'll be so cool.
Freaking awesome. And then we'll put the names of everybody from their, YouTube name, and then we'll make a family portrait, and then we'll blow it up and put it in the back on the wall, right?
Yeah.
So Raymond Rose, start driving right now.
Yeah, come on over.
Yes.
So the place is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a video of the venue. You walk in and you check it out, and there's a bar. There's obviously a little entrance there that you get carded, and they sell food. They got an indoor area, and then you can take the door and it'll go outside into the patio. The patio is just amazing. That's where the concert's going to take place. You see the stage over there at the end, and then there's a little roof on top of the center area where some tables are, and it's just a big backyard with a concert stage on there. And
it's kind of got that Austin style vibe, right? You know?
We're going to be hitting the stage at 9 o'clock. Whiskey D performs 9 o'clock sharp to 10 o'clock. And then Thunderstruck will hit the stage at 10:30. We didn't even ask Dave when we talked to him earlier how long the set was. Probably about 2 hours.
Probably.
Because, AC/DC, you could play 3-4 hours, man, and every song's great, But we can't wait, man. And Dave says they've got a pretty good set list for the Friday night show, man. So it's going to be awesome. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's at Rail Yard 83 Ice House, okay? You can find them on social media, and you can find Thunderstruck, AC/DC Tribute of America, on Facebook as well, so you can, talk to them or send them messages. They respond and stuff. But the place is great. It's going to be awesome, and the band's going to be right there, so it's going to be awesome, man. I hope to see you Friday night in Alamo, Texas. All right, it's time for This Week in Rock History. Go for it, dude.
March 19th, 1982. Man, when you found out about the way he died, isn't this one of the dumbest ways to die?
Yeah.
This is absolutely just ridiculous, Yep. It's a shame.
It was unnecessary.
It was completely unnecessary. In 1982, Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist Randy Rhoads dies when he takes a plane ride with a pilot who tries to hit Ozzy's tour bus.
Or not even hit it. It was just like buzz over it. Try. He was being daring with Randy.
Completely reckless. When the wing hits the bus, the plane crashes into a nearby house, killing Rhoads, the pilot, and the tour costume designer / hairdresser. And, sometimes they die from an overdose, or sometimes they'll die because, they travel so much on the plane. This was just being dumb, dude. Like, just trying to do a stunt.
And Randy Rhoads, I don't ever remember, back then we didn't have the internet and all that like that, but I don't remember him having issues with drugs or anything, or hearing anything about that. But for him to be up that early, and probably they hadn't been sleeping all night, because they said that the guy that was the pilot was all coked up and shit. But they actually had gone like to some dude's mansion that was a fan of theirs after a show. It's like he showed up, hey Ozzy, let's go to my pad, let's party and shit. So hey, let's take the bus over there. We don't have a show till whatever day. So they went to the dude's house and they hung out there and they partied all night. And hey, I got a plane, Ozzy, you want to ride? No, take Randy. And fortunately, I mean, it wasn't Ozzy too, bro. Because they could have all been on that plane with that dude.
And it's ironic that Randy Rhoads was kind of a calm dude. He wasn't like a hardcore partier. And his plans were to leave the band. Ozzy always says that his plan was to eventually leave and kind of do more artistic / academic / go into music, classical stuff.
That was his love. And man, what a horrible way to go, just from being stupid stunts, man. It was interesting when Randy Rhoads came out. He brought a sound and tone to his guitar that nobody had really heard. And he had this style of playing, but really the way he put his effects together to come up with his own unique, sort of like Van Halen. Like Eddie Van Halen, he put all these effects together, and that's what gave the guitar the sound that it gave him. And he was always, experimenting with crossing over pedals and, putting a flanger through the distortion and, doing all this and trying to come up with some really cool noises to do with the guitar. And Randy Rhoads had his own unique sound. As a matter of fact, the rest of the guitarists after him didn't sound like him.
No, and Ozzy really needed him because he left. Well, he was kicked out of Black Sabbath. Okay, now he has to reinvent himself. He's got to make some albums that sound tight, and he's got to find some. And man, he finds Randy Rhoads perfect to reinvent himself and give him a nice clean sound. And it was a perfect marriage. And then it all went south, and he later on got Ozzy got J.K. Lee, which sounded really good. But, it's hard to compare to what Randy Rhoads accomplished.
Yeah, and those first two albums, Diary of a Madman and Blizzard of Oz, have their own unique place in metal history, and they are the only two albums that sound like that.
Yeah.
There's no other albums that sound like those two albums, dude.
Daniel Lopez said Randy was classically trained, which is true, and he was going to continue that lifestyle and that type of playing.
Well, that's what he says, but
you never know. Maybe
you
he
leave and then you want to be back,
and then you miss it. You never know.
And then Ozzy and Sharon might have given him a raise. And I mean, he had the whole world in front of him, man.
Right in his
and the
hand.
Dude gets on a plane with a pilot that's all coked up, and they go and they kill themselves. I mean, it was shocking. I was at the stock show when I heard the news. I was a kid at the stock show, and I was hanging out with some friends, and then somebody tells us, "Hey, did you hear that Randy Rhoads died?" And I was like, bullshit. I didn't believe it, dude.
I was like, nah.
And then we didn't have internet or Google or nothing.
To verify.
No, man. We had to wait for like the next magazine because the news wasn't going to cover it.
Right.
Because they didn't cover any rock and roll and stuff
and then after that, like Circus and all those magazines, like Tribute.
Yeah, man. It was pretty shocking. But, and it's bittersweet. Well, not bittersweet, but a sad day in metal history this week. March 19th, 1982, Ozzy Osbourne, guitarist Randy Rhoads, dies. All right. Back in 2003 this week, on the very first episode of MTV's practical joke show, Punk'd, host Ashton Kutcher stages a prank. Kutcher?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Ashton Kutcher.
Kutcher. I don't know.
Pues algo así.
Gershwin?
Pues, if it was a B, what would you say? Butcher.
Kutcher.
Well, that's Ashton Kutcher, no?
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
right?
Either way.
What do you say? I mean, we've got this professor from college here with us.
Scholarly professor. Kutcher.
Ashton, I've always heard whenever they talk about him on those Hollywood shows, don't they always say Ashton Kutcher?
Kutcher, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they're right, but that's the norm that they say.
Well, say all you got to do is put a B where the K is, and it's Butcher.
Yeah.
So Ashton Kutcher, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He stages a prank involving the IRS that makes Justin Timberlake cry. I remember seeing that, and I remember laughing my ass off and not knowing if this is real or not, because everything that's on television, you have to kind of like, realize that there's timing involved, there's scripts involved, there's writers involved. I mean, there's all kinds of shit involved.
Wasn't this one of the very first, if not the first episode? So there wasn't like a history of pranking.
Well, you used to have candid camera.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that,
like
but on the MTV world, because then in the future episodes they would do a prank, and they would say, "Am I being punked?" But then they would go back to believing.
Yeah.
So this literally for him came out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it also is that Justin Timberlake is an actor. Okay. So this could have very well been scripted, been acted out, and done for the purpose of going viral, if you may.
Pre-viral. It went viral before it went to catch a buzz.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good of an actor. I think he fell for it. But, hey, you never know. You never know.
Babe, he's done quite a few movies, right?
Ashton Kutcher?
No, not Ashton Kutcher.
Justin
Timberlake. He's been a bad dude in Alpha Dog.
He's done a lot of movies, but that's not the point. He's done a lot of movies and he's done a lot of acting. But was he acting in this one? I don't think so.
Besides that, he's one of those Nickelodeon and Mickey Mouse Club kids, man.
Yeah, he was doing all that stuff.
So those kids there, they teach him to act, they teach him to dance, they teach him to sing, they teach him to do all kinds of things. Yeah. You don't think, I can see Ashton Kutcher sitting with a production team and Justin Timberlake, dude, we're going to do this, man. And it's like the phone call that I did with Raymond Horta. Yeah. That everybody thinks I made a guy cry because his child support is that they weren't his kids. Remember?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how easy this is. And so looking back at it, I'm thinking to myself, this could have all been bullshit.
A work. Could have been
it's
a work.
A work.
Could have been a work.
Nothing goes on television, not even wrestling, without the only thing that is like live is sports. But mostly everything else that's pre-recorded is edited.
Has a little bit of a work or a lot of a work.
If you've got editing in there, there's some work in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man, but it was fun to watch. And at that time, it was like believable because we didn't have Twitter to say, hey, it's bullshit and make you skeptical. And it was a new show. It was Punk'd, and Ashton Kutcher played the part really well, and they did quite a few. They lasted for all. You remember watching that show, babe?
I do. I loved it. I really, really did.
Did you have a favorite one?
I think this one was probably the most epic one.
Yeah.
I think, the others were kind of, they kind of started, I don't know, they started seeming like
I remember
this.
one. Do you remember they played a joke on Triple H?
I don't remember.
You remember that? That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah. What did they do or what?
They purposely made a door real difficult to open. And there was a woman in a wedding dress. So when he opened the door real hard, she saw like she went, and she made it like she was all like in pain.
Yeah.
And like, oh my God, look what you did. You're a horrible human being. And he played it real cool. I gotta give him credit. He was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then like they send in a boy. I know you. You're a wrestler. You're abusive. How dare you? Like, and egging them on. It was great. It was great.
I guess you could say like that show. What would you do? That segment, right? That would be something like Punk'd, right?
Yeah.
Because there's like they'll put a couple there, and there's some couple acting like.
I actually show that show because I teach psychology, and I show that
with Juan Quiñones.
Yeah. And that's a social experiment, and so it's
but there could be actors involved there too.
Sure, anything that's on TV, anything that's edited could be a work.
Yeah, just like when we were watching those old school game shows, and Kirstie Alley's a contestant.
Yeah,
okay, she's an actress, dude. You know what I'm saying? So the people that are sitting around in the cafe when this couple is pretending to be fighting or whatever,
right?
They could be auditioning for more work. You never know, dude. You never know.
Never know.
But it's pretty good entertainment, so it's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that was This Week in Rock History. Okay. So now it's time for the Rockin' Chaz
Celebrity Birthdays. What's going on, Rally?
I think you guys sound real nerdy.
You're going to go first, bro.
In 1949, this American actor played Punch on CHIPS, which CHIPS stands for California Highway Patrol. He's 72.
It was Punch.
Punch.
You said Punch.
Oh, okay, Punch.
It's Punch.
Punch. All right, Punch.
Because his name was
Puncharello.
Yeah, Puncharello or Puncharella. Something like.
And his name is Mr. Eric Estrada.
Uh-huh.
And everybody got a kick about seeing, hey, a Latino, a Hispanic. He was Puerto Rican.
It was Califas.
And that show was a big hit. It was a big deal.
He's 72 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was also in Dos Mujeres.
Un Camino. I watched him more on that show than I did on
CHIPS?
Yeah. Because of the women involved.
The
there.
women on the show was,
And when I saw Bibi Gaitan, I said, you know what? I'm going to find me a girl that looks just like her. And I did.
Here she is. She's the producer.
She's the producer.
Oh,
Of the Rockin' Chaz show.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the pictures of Bibi Gaitan in those that video montage that we've got of Poncharella, and I don't even know his name. What was his name on Dos Mujeres Un Camino? Like, who cares, right?
Yeah, no one even cared.
But look, Rally. I mean, that looks
It's like, yeah,
similar.
what is Rally doing there?
Yeah. ¿Qué pinche pedo traes con Eric Estrada, babe? ¿Qué onda?
I can't tell. I signed a non-disclosure agreement.
You know, the last picture.
His name wasn't it Yoni?
Yoni, that's right. It was
Yoni, something like that.
Johnny? Yoni?
Yeah.
Hey, Yoni.
That last picture, man, he looks ya viejón, bro. Man, right
So he
there.
looks like the Crypt
He
Keeper.
had a chin lift and all that stuff, man. But hey,
Hey, we're all headed in that direction.
Yes.
speak for yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Estrada, 72 years old today, all right? Also celebrating a birthday this week. Well, actually, it was this week, right? From Queens, New York. He is 66 years old. You know him from the band Twisted Sister. And as a matter of fact, I think he had a reality show with his family as well. Dee Snider.
Yeah.
One of the craziest, loudest, most profane lead vocalists in the 80s heavy metal scene. When that guy was on stage, you could expect a lot of New York language. As a matter of fact, here in the Rio Grande Valley, when he played with Mama's Boys and a Rat in an old furniture store building that turned out to be total chaos, called the American Convention Center in Old 83, he was almost arrested for, his profanity and inciting a riot and all kinds of crazy stuff because he was pissed off with the venue. Because I went to the venue when they were selling tickets on the day of the show. I hadn't bought it because I was always the type of guy I'll buy a ticket at the day of the
show
show.
up the day of.
Yeah, that's the way I was. And I went and I went to this place called CNC Music on Nolana and 10th in that little plaza. It's a little record store that was selling tickets. And they said, the guy comes out. We were in line for about an hour. The guy comes out and says, no more tickets here. You got to go to the venue. So I was like, damn, this thing's selling out. So we went to the venue, and I walked in with my friend, right, Robert Rivera, and I looked at the stage, across over there, and the ticket booth was right here. And I told Robert, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the stage. So I walked to the stage, and the stage was the height of my hip.
Okay, very low.
And I said, this is the worst stage for a rock concert ever. I'm like, I'm going to be 5-10 people behind, I'm going to be behind 5 or 10 people. I'm not going to be able to see shit. So I told Robert, you know what, bro? I ain't going to buy a ticket, bro. Shit, no vamos a ver nada. Si estamos acá atrás, no se va a ver nada, bro.
Okay.
And a lot of tickets are sold. So he still bought his. The next day, he tells me, dude, it was the worst concert ever, dude,
Because of the height of the stage?
Because the height of the stage, the AC went out. And then
man.
there was like a foot of water and beer and mucus and urine and all that on the floor.
Yikes.
When people were walking out of there, it was and sweat and shit. So it was pretty
pretty gross.
I know there's some people that are on the chat zone that probably went to that show. But it was one of the shows that almost got Dee Snider in jail. And now he's 66, and he's I don't know if he's saying bad words anymore, but his latest album that he did with Jamie Josta from Hatebreed is amazing. For the love of metal, you should get it. It came out like a year or two ago. 2 years ago.
We would play that on the radio for the love of metal, and man, people loved it.
Yeah.
And he names all the heavy metal songs.
Yeah.
Like he talks about Judas Priest and all these other bands.
It's got a lot of good songs, but it doesn't sound anything like Twisted Sister.
Nope.
It's a lot more active, a lot more newer, fresher. So check it out. Dee Snider, For the Love of Metal, was the last album he recorded, and that is the Rockin' Chaz Celebrity Birthdays. All right, thank you so much. We've got the speed list. Let's go to the birthday speed list, and we're going to try to get through this as fast as possible. Okay, let me see here. Here we go. So here we go, baby. Fish isn't with us, so March 15th, 1935, he's 86. Judd Hirsch.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Judd Hirsch. Well, maybe you don't know. Did you ever see a show called Taxi?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. He was Alex Rieger.
Alex Rieger.
He was the main protagonist of the show.
I love that show.
I loved the Taxi. It was a great
Danny
show.
DeVito.
Christopher Lloyd.
And the guy that came out as Kinnicky on Grease was also on there.
Kinnicky.
And then Mary Lou Hedner, right? And she
Yeah.
ended up marrying or having a thing going with John Travolta. She was a redhead.
Yeah.
And then Latka Gravis.
Latka Gravis, played by, he became famous for wrestling Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Great cast.
Yeah, it was an amazing cast. And the guy that came out as the professor on Back to the Future as well.
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd was on there. Jimmy Swaggart is 86, 1935. Jimmy
Swagger?
Uh-huh.
He's a musician?
No.
Okay.
Good guess.
I don't know.
He is a pastor and television host that I think had a fling with some hookers in Louisiana or some New Orleans.
I don't know if that was him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that him?
Yeah, because I think the other guy, Baker, was the one that had that chick, right? I forgot her name.
Tammy Faye and Jim Baker.
Jim Baker, yeah.
And this guy's name is what?
Jimmy Swaggart.
I think this guy was clean, I think.
No, dude, I don't think so, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
And Tony Danza. Thank you.
Tony
Luis
Danza, yeah.
Rodriguez.
Tony from, what was the name of Who's the Boss?
Who's the boss?
Tony Danza. The boxer.
Yeah.
1941, he is 80 years old. Mike Love.
I don't know who that is. Mike Love.
Mike Love?
Uh-huh.
Don't know.
Beach Boys. All right.
Okay.
Oh.
One of the founders of the Beach Boys. 1943, 78, Sly Stone.
Sylvester Stallone?
No, it's not. but you could get it mixed up. Sly Stone was a black musician and singer that was huge in the 70s.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah. And ended up going to jail for child support, that guy. Iron Sheik is 78 this week.
Wrestler?
Yes.
He's the guy that originally came up with the word jabroni.
Yes, he was.
And The Rock stole it from the Iron Sheik.
Yes, sir. 1962, born, he's 59, Jimmy Bayo.
I don't know who that
or
is.
Bayo. Yeah, Jimmy Bayo. He's Scott Baio's brother.
Okay, what did he come out in?
Soap.
Oh, his brother came out in Soap?
He's the kid. He's a young kid.
Oh,
What?
man, I didn't know that.
Remember
Another Riley, you've never seen the...
Never. Mm-mm.
It is a phenomenal sitcom.
Yeah.
Soap. Ahead of its time. Nothing like it. It was a soap opera, but it was a comedic soap opera.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
really awesome, man. I
Yeah.
used to love it. Let's see here. I think we...
In the last episode of Soap, Leslie was undecided about killing herself, so she decided to kill Billy instead. Dutch has finally decided
There he is.
to decide
That's
between
got-
Eunice
that's
and
got
Corinne
Bayo right
about
here.
killing herself, so she decided to kill
Right,
Billy
that
instead.
kid right there.
Dutch has finally decided to decide between Eunice and Corinne.
Yeah.
I
When Bert
love
and
that
Danny
show.
decided to stand up to Tibbs. Tibbs decided to have them knocked out. The judge said
Every
she
episode would
decide
start
on
like
whether
this,
Jody or
Riley.
Carolyn
Yeah,
A
sees
recap.
Now that Mary's baby has decided
They used to
What?
they used to put a lot of effort into that show, dude. And Billy Crystal came out of that show.
He pretended to be gay. He was a gay character, and that was ahead of his time.
Yeah, it was mid-70s.
Are the Tates.
Yeah.
And these are the Campbells.
Yeah.
And this is Soap.
Yeah. Good show. Okay. So that's Jimmy Bayo, and I wanted to put it up because I had forgot about the guy.
Me too. I didn't even know Scott Baio had a brother.
Yeah. All right. Bret Michaels is 58 years old this week.
You know that one, Rally? Bret Michaels?
Yeah, wrestler.
Okay. No, it's a singer from Poison. Yeah, singer from Poison.
The Heartbreak Kid, Bret Michaels.
1964. He's 57 years old. Rockwell.
The actor?
No.
He was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. I always feel like somebody's watching me. He's 57 years old. I can't even wash my hair.
There's someone standing there.
What a stupid song.
That was cheesy. There was a hit.
They played it every freaking day, man. All right. 1975, Eva Longoria. She is 46 years old.
She's the one that would come out on Desperate Housewives.
Yes.
She was married to Tony Parker.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Corpus. Yeah.
1975, 46 years old, Will I Am.
Oh, he's a artist.
From what band was he?
He was in the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, that's it. Black Eyed Peas. All right. Also celebrating this week, Chuck Woolery is 80 years old. Chuck Woolery.
80 years old?
Yeah, do you know who that is, Riley?
No.
Yes, you do.
Who is he?
The Love Connection.
Oh.
Remember the host of the Love Connection?
Did you ever see that?
Yeah. We've seen it, right?
Yeah.
We've seen
Here
it.
those go. We'll be right back in 2 and 2.
Yeah. And they would put a date together, and then they'd bring him in and ask him how it went. And I couldn't handle him. He kept farting all night when we're having dinner and burping. You know?
And he would always try to egg it on, like, oh, so you came over to her apartment. That must have been fun.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck.
Probably scripted.
He also hosted a game show called Scrabble, which was really good.
1951, he's 70 years old. Ray Benson.
Musician.
Yes, he's with Asleep at the Wheel.
We've seen him.
We got to see him, yeah. Did you know that one?
No, I didn't. Nope.
1954, 67 years old. Nancy Wilson.
I don't know the name.
You know the songs, though.
What is it? Sing it.
Barracuda.
I don't think she knows that one.
No.
Oh, you didn't know Heart? The band Heart?
No.
What's their big hit, Heart?
She probably would know the 80s songs.
Which one?
Oh.
Okay, tell me.
In the 80s, they did...
ballads.
They did love ballads.
Yeah.
They did What About Love? Don't you want someone to care about you? You know that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
No, she doesn't. She's just saying yes. All right. 63 years old. I thought this dude was older. Jorge Ramos.
He comes out on Univision.
Yes. No, it's another station, I think. No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Univision, right?
Yeah, I thought it was Univision.
Oh, is that the one that Trump asked him to lead?
Yeah, because he was badgering him.
Yeah,
bro.
he was
grandstanding.
Right, he didn't have a question. He just kept like
and
a barrage
right away. You see, he's a racist, you know. And we're just trying to
very nice hair.
Yeah,
he has
he was like disregarding and disrespecting all the other journalists, you know, and just trying to put his name on the map, and he did. We just said it. He's 63 years old today. All right, 62 years old, Flavor Flav.
He's the one that wears that big old clock on his.
Yeah.
Do you know
big
what
old analog clock?
Do you know what band he was in, Rally?
No.
He was in a really good rap band called Public Enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Political.
And they don't get enough credit. They were really awesome.
From New York.
Yeah, I mean, they had really good songs.
Yeah, and he had a reality show where he had all these women trying to date him or something.
Yeah.
Right?
It was the flavor of love.
The flavor of love. Yeah, the flavor of love, man. That dude is a freaking character. Also born this week, 1991, Wolfgang Van Halen. We just talked about him earlier in the show. He's 30 years old.
Wow.
That's Eddie Van Halen's son. Also born this year or this week, 70. He would have been 79. He died in 94. John Wayne Gacy.
Alamo.
Not me. I don't know.
He is a serial killer.
One of the most notorious.
He would dress up as a clown for children's parties.
Mm-hmm.
And he would lure teenage boys to his house, and then he would end up burying them in the crawl space under his house.
Yeah.
So eventually, when they discovered he was a serial killer, and they started digging up the earth under his house, the foundation, man, they found bodies like crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
John Wayne Gacy, man. Serial killer.
And there's a picture of him with I think Gerald Ford's wife or something. Like
really?
Because he would do community service.
Man, double lives, man.
Yeah, I know, big
crazy.
time.
So John Sebastian is 77.
Oh man.
Welcome back.
Your dream.
On and on. You just keep on trying.
They had found a song for Welcome Back, Kotter, and it was perfect. They go, this is it. We have an official song. This is great. And then they said, well, what do you got, John Sebastian? And then he came in and he stole it. Yeah. He was like, and he came up with Welcome Back, Kotter.
1949, he's 72 years old. Patrick Duffy.
Artist?
Duffy. No.
Oh,
well, I mean, artist can mean anything.
Okay, musician.
No.
Duffy, last name? No? Okay. No.
He used to come out on Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, he did a show that didn't last too long. He was like an Aquaman. He was.
He was?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was called The Man from Atlantis. That's what it was.
Okay.
Patrick Duffy, and he had webbed feet and webbed hands. And he was living under. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
That's during the Incredible Hulk era.
I don't remember that at all.
Patrick Duffy. Look it up, ladies and gentlemen. Man from Atlantis was the name of that show. It must have lasted like 2 seasons or 3 something. I guess Patrick said he was getting wrinkled too fast, from all the water.
From all the water.
Yeah. Gary Sinise is 66 years old.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
He is Lieutenant Dan.
Mm-hmm. From Forrest Gump.
Oh, okay. I've seen it.
The legless veteran.
Oh, okay.
Or paralyzed
I think
veteran.
he does a cop show now. Like one of those, like New York, whatever.
He's real pro-veteran and all that, too, man.
Good.
Gary Sinise. Rob Lowe is 57 years old. We just saw a movie with Rob Lowe, babe. With Demi Moore and Rob Lowe.
Oh, I don't know.
About last night. Remember we were watching? It's an old movie.
Oh, okay.
There's this love scene in the tub with Rob Lowe and Demi Moore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember now.
There we go. Okay. Billy Corgan is 54.
Owner of the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance.
Smashing Pumpkins.
And he's in the Smashing Pumpkins, too.
Test would have been 46 years old today.
Oh, man. That's it?
Yeah.
Man, how old was he when he died?
34.
Damn.
He was a wrestler that was supposed to marry
Tori?
No, he was supposed to marry
Stacy?
No, he was supposed to marry Vince McMahon's daughter, but then Triple H took his daughter, his daughter to Las Vegas and drugged her and married her. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, you're fake.
Like if they would do that right now, like show Triple
somebody drugging a woman.
Oh man, dude.
Way.
It would have been, and then it ended up that she was in on it, and she was pretending, I can think, to be drugged or something. And Test, after that, they threw him down to the mid card, and he ended up dying.
Wasn't he a bodyguard for Motley Crue?
Well, that was the gimmick.
That was the gimmick.
That was the gimmick, I think. I don't know if it was true or not, but man, died at such a young age from cocaine overdose. Man,
he 34. Was the dude was jacked. The dude was jacked. Yeah.
Stormy Daniels, she is 42 years old.
Yes.
Adult film star.
There you go.
That
she
went
was
after Trump.
She was in Rambone.
Really? I've never seen it.
On Golden Blonde.
Rambone.
Yeah. Hump Fiction.
Yeah.
Are
you making these up?
I'm making them up.
Oh, okay. She was in the movie that was like Grease. It was called Lube.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. When Harry shaved Sally.
Stud Wars.
Shaving Ryan's privates.
All right. So she's 42.
Oh my.
Also 42, Samoa Joe.
Wrestler.
Yeah.
40 years old, Nicky Jam.
Nicky Jam.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you have him in studio, the drummer for Solido?
No.
That's Joey Jams.
That's Joey Jams. That's cool. That's almost close. But Nicky Jam, he's a Puerto Rican singer-songwriter. He's one of those guys that does reggaeton, I think.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Well, he came down to the Rio Grande Valley, but all right. Charlie Pride, he would have been 87.
Musician.
He just died last year.
Rally.
Rick Martel, 65.
The model, Rick
The model.
Martel, former AWA wrestling champion, Canadian.
And tag team partner of Mission's very own Tito Santana.
Tito?
They were partners.
Yeah, they were Strike Force.
Yeah. Arriba!
That is true.
Irene Cara is 60 years old.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
What a feeling.
Fame! I'm gonna live forever.
Did you do that one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Irene Cara.
All right. 58 years old, Vanessa Williams.
African American actress.
Yeah, and she was Miss
Miss
America, the
America.
first black Miss
Yes.
America. But then Penthouse pulled out some naked pictures of her with another woman.
And they stripped her title.
And they stripped her title, or she just gave it up. But
She was the original cancel culture.
Yeah, I wouldn't have never done that, man. I thought that made it so awesome, that she was like doing that, you know what I mean? But then I'm a guy, I don't know.
She's very pretty.
And then what's happening
Super
now,
pretty.
like today, if that would happen, they would like support the non-canceling of her. Like, hey, she's a woman, she's showing her body. It's
an expression.
It's an expression.
I mean, look at this body. I mean, look at that. Let's zoom in on that. That's an expression,
But they wouldn't. I mean, it's weird. Like, they're canceling everything nowadays, man. All right. So, anyway, Jerry Cantrell, he's 55.
That name doesn't ring a bell.
Alice
in Chains.
In Chains.
Right. Queen Latifah, 51.
Did you know that she's doing a remake of the show The Equalizer?
Yes, dude.
I was like, Queen Latifah.
I know, bro. What the hell?
I guess.
Puro diversity, woke culture.
I know, like The Equalizer. I understand he's kicking ass and all.
I
this
know,
stuff.
but it should have been the Equalizerette.
Yeah.
Equalizerette. Because
La Equalizer.
Yeah, La Equalizer, carnal. La Equalizer. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my.
49 years old today, Dane Cook.
Dane Cook.
Yeah, he'll be 49 tomorrow.
I don't know.
He's a comedian.
Stand-up comic.
He does some very good impressions of Guns N' Roses and others.
He did a movie called, I think, Good Luck Chuck, I believe.
Bruce Willis.
Danny's
66.
ex.
Yeah.
Actor.
66 years old.
Director.
Harvey Weinstein, 69.
How ironic.
Is he in jail?
I think so.
And Glenn Close is 73 years old.
Actress.
I really don't remember any movie she's in.
Wasn't she in Fatal Attraction?
Oh, yeah. Was she?
I think that was her big.
And she was the crazy chick,
She was
right?
the crazy one.
She was a toxica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. With Michael Douglas, right? Was
Yup. And Ann Archer was the wife.
Man, that was a really freaky movie when it first came out, right?
That was the one that kind of made her mainstream.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a hashtag PVT birthday speed list.
I was really bad today.
No, you were all right.
fine.
Sometimes you don't even catch any at all.
That's true.
All right, so thank you so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and make sure to call 956-441-2188. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men. We want to thank them for sponsoring the show, the Rock and Chaz Show.
you.
And if you want to be part of these shows and segments and stuff like Rhoads Country Fried Chicken, you can also give us a call or a text, 956-641-3241. We'll be more than happy to promote your business and let everybody know, all our fans. And I was going through the analytics. In the last 28 days, we had 350,000 views.
Wow.
So you break it with 28 days, and it's like 7,000 to 8,000 views a day.
That's awesome.
Damn.
In the last 28 days, we had 19.5 thousand hours of viewership. So if you break that up, that's like 700 hours a day. And I was like shocked.
That's
I mean,
incredible.
Wow.
So there's people watching the show.
I mean,
folks.
I would never know Chaz's collectible would have that impact.
That's what it is.
It is.
That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you to all the fans.
Thank
for
you
sure.
to everybody.
Yes.
And Eddie, what's the name of the guy you had on Monday? Eddie Cavazos.
Eddie Cavazos, yeah.
He had all his family watch, and
Yeah.
it's like quadrupled everything.
Pura familia, carnal.
Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't be able to have that kind of result if it wasn't for all of you sharing and subscribing and, spreading the words. We get a lot of people call us up and text us, and a lot of people engage with us, and we engage back because we love talking to our fans. We love seeing the pictures. Don't forget, on Thursdays, we have the celebrity pics with the fans. The fans send in pics of them with celebrities, and then we're going to have photo album Thursday as well. We're going to pull out some of our old pictures as well. You've seen some of Chaz. You've seen some of us, the kids. I mean, we just like to share our lives with you, and it's showing in the results and the analytics, and the channel is growing. And once again, if you want to be a part of the show with your business or your product, just text us at 956-641-3241. Y ya sabes, si haces sponsor aquí, le vamos a echar chingo de crema a los tacos, papá. All right. So last week, Chaz pulled out the Johnny Cash, Marty Robbins greatest hits that's behind us over here, okay? So it's time for the Rockin' Chaz Random Album! All right, there we go. So let me see here.
Uh-oh.
I like this segment, man.
You never know. Any genre could be anything.
Wow.
I remember my brother
Matches your
had
shirt.
that album. What?
Classic album. I mean, this album, it's on radio. I think it's been on radio since that album was released.
Hysteria?
Yeah, some of the songs.
Yeah, let's open it up, man. That's one of my favorite Def Leppard songs. That's Hysteria.
Yeah, I mean, that's you talk about a rarity. Like, you release an album and the songs are on rotation for the next till now.
What? That's awesome. What does it say? The lettering's too small, man, right there.
Let's see what it says. It says here, Hysteria was produced by Robert John Mutt
Lang.
Yeah,
that dude was married to that lady that sings country.
And
you're still the one I love. Still, who's that girl?
Celine?
No, it's not Celine.
Shania Twain.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shania
Shania Twain. Yeah.
Shania Twain.
They got divorced or something already just recently.
But it's got Love Bites.
Love Bites.
Pour Some Sugar on Me. I
Wow.
mean, that's been on radio since.
Dude.
And Hysteria, as you said. So, I mean, Women. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Rocket.
Dude, that album is
This album
it's
is
as heavy as a Pyromania, dude.
Yeah, and it's been on the radio since it was released.
And they're still touring on the strength of all those songs.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
And
if they didn't have those songs, they wouldn't be touring big shows and doing festivals and stuff.
phenomenal album. And they were going to do, remember in 2020, we were all excited because they were going to go on tour with Motley Crue,
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett, and Poison,
Yeah.
the Heartbreak Kid, Bret Michaels.
Yeah.
And he all went down the toilet. But
yeah.
but phenomenal band.
Yeah, it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. And don't forget, tomorrow we will be here. And we'll be doing a little recap of everything and putting some pictures and stuff. And
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
All right. You all have a beautiful evening. We'll see you. The Rockin' Chaz Show.
Good night, everyone.
Turn up the radio. Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 12 noon. 294.5 All Rock all the time. RocknRollJames.
Bye.
Turn it up.